All right, guys, today we are going to go over Act 2 of Cyrano de Bergerac by Edmond Rostand. Quick recap from Act 1. The play is taking place in France. Okay, we meet several characters in the first act, but the four main characters we're going to pay attention to throughout the play are Cyrano, he's our protagonist, Roxanne, the girl everybody loves, Christian, the new guy in France, and he's a new cadet in the same guard as Cyrano, and then Comte de Guiche, who is that older, rich guy, kind of creepy, who wants Roxanne to marry his buddy so that he can be close to her since he can't marry her. We learn that several dudes love Roxanne. Christian, de Guiche, and Cyrano all want to be with Roxanne. We find out that Cyrano, our protagonist, has several amazing qualities. He's like this poet. He's an amazing sword fighter. He's a scientist. He's like all of these awesome things. But he has a huge nose, and it's this nose that he's super insecure about and is just worried that is going to be the reason why he never finds love, because it's just super noticeable and huge and kind of ugly, I guess. And then at the end of the act, right before Cyrano goes off to fight for Liniers and battle those 100 guys, Roxanne requests a meeting with Cyrano through her duenna for the following morning. And that is where we open up in Act 2. We are in Raguenou's bakery. Raguenou is that baker who's like super obsessed with poetry. So he and his guys are getting ready to open up for the day. We meet Raguenou's wife, Lise, who is really not a nice lady. She's super mean to Raguenou. She actually like uses some of the poetry he has saved to make bags for the pastries. Yeah, like she's super mean. And come to find out, the reason why she's so mean to him is because she's cheating on him with a musketeer. And Cyrano actually confronts her about that later. So they open up the shop for the day, and Cyrano comes in, and he's like super distracted, right? Raguenou's over there like, dude, I hear you fought like this crazy battle last night. Like, tell us about it. That's amazing. And Cyrano's just like, yeah. He's not really paying attention. He's like, while he's the super courageous guy on the battlefield, he's like super timid when it comes to love. So he's like in the corner writing down his feelings for Roxanne before he's supposed to meet her, right? And so at one point, Lise and her musketeer friend come through, and it's like super obvious that Lise is cheating on Raguenou, right? And Cyrano sees this, and he tells Lise like, yo, I'm not going to tolerate you cheating on my boy like that. And the musketeer actually overhears Cyrano telling Lise like, yo, you better sort it out. But because it's Cyrano and he's got this amazing reputation and the musketeer has like mad respect for Cyrano, he doesn't even like say anything. Because normally you'd fight, right? If somebody called you out like that, you'd be like, yo, you better stand. No, the musketeer doesn't even say anything. So Roxanne and her duenna show up, and Cyrano kicks everybody out of the bakery. He's like, get out, get out. He even gives Roxanne's duenna like a bunch of pastries and is like, why don't you go eat these outside? You like outside. Like, go enjoy them and leave us alone. So then it's just Cyrano and Roxanne, and Cyrano's like, so what did you want to talk to me about? And Roxanne doesn't really answer him right away. She's like talking about their childhood growing up and like, do you remember how you were like a brother to me? And Cyrano's like, yeah. Like, what did you want to talk to me about? And she's like, well, I love somebody. And Cyrano's like, what? And Roxanne's like, and he doesn't know. And Cyrano's like, in his head, he's thinking, oh my gosh, she loves me. And Roxanne's like listing all of these amazing things that she loves about this guy, and Cyrano's getting more and more excited, and then she says, and he's really handsome, and that's where Cyrano's hopes are just crushed, because he's like, well, definitely not talking about me because I've got this ugly schnoz. So come to find out, Roxanne loves Christian. So Cyrano's like, what? That's crazy. Like, are you sure? And she's like, I love him, but I'm nervous because your guard gets into a lot of trouble, and like, I just want him to be safe. Like, will you please protect him for me? And Cyrano's like, Sure, anything for you. Like, the woman that I love, let me protect the person that you love. It was just super awkward. And she's like, thanks, I love you so much, as a brother. And then she leaves. So then the whole town starts showing up after Roxanne leaves. Like, LeBray shows up, and the cadets, and De Guiche even shows up, and like everybody wants to hear about the battle. And like at one point, De Guiche is like kind of poking fun at Cyrano and his guards because, like I said, they're kind of ragtag. They're kind of like this motley crew. And so Cyrano ends up giving a monologue. And just to refresh your memory, because monologue is one of our new lit terms, a monologue is just an extended speech by one person. So there are still other people on the stage with Cyrano, and like everybody can hear what he's saying. So it's different than a soliloquy, right? A soliloquy is when somebody's on stage and nobody else can hear what they're saying. A monologue, everybody can still hear what you're saying. So he gives this speech about how awesome the guard is, and Comte de Guiche is like, yeah, well, I actually ordered the ambush that you fought in last night. Like, Linier shouldn't dare to, make fun of me and my people, whatever. And like, it's funny because a cadet actually comes in and like drops a bunch of the hats of the fallen soldiers that Cyrano defeated the night before, like in front of like De Guiche, and it just like ticks De Guiche off, and so he like storms out. And then LeBray is like, bro, once again, like, you are killing your career here. Like, can't you just be nice? Can't you like not say what's on your mind? And Cyrano's like, screw that. Like, I don't care if people like me. My only goal in life is to be admirable in all things. And like, kissing his butt is not going to make me admirable. So LeBray is like really trying to help his bro out, and Cyrano's just like not having it. So Christian shows up, and the cadets are kind of giving Christian a hard time because he's the new guy, right? And behind Cyrano's back, the cadets are telling Christian, like, we never make fun of Cyrano's nose. Like, don't mention the nose. Don't look at the nose. If he even thinks you're looking at the nose, he'll kill you. Like, don't say anything about his nose. And so they're kind of like baiting Christian, and like, to prove his courage, he starts making fun of Cyrano's nose, right? And like, Cyrano's getting agitated because he's like, I would normally beat the crap out of this guy, but I can't because I told Roxanne that I would protect him. And so like, Christian keeps like sending insult after insult to Cyrano's way. And finally, like, and like the cadets are just watching this, like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna get his butt kicked. What is he doing? And finally, like, Cyrano can't stand it anymore, and he kicks everybody out. And so it's because it's like a big no-no to make fun of his nose, right? So Cyrano kicks everybody out, and then it's just him and Christian thinks he's going to get like into a big fight here, right? And Cyrano actually just like opens his arms and like hugs him. And he's like, haha, I'm the cousin of Roxanne, and she has told me that she loves you. And Christian's like, oh, no way. That's crazy. Like, yo, I'm sorry for making fun of your nose. He's like, but I can't, like, what am I going to do? I can't write her. I'm not super bright. Like, if she sees that I'm not super bright, she's not going to love me anymore. And Cyrano gets this idea, like, I got you, brother. I will write to Roxanne for you. And Christian's like, really? And Cyrano's like, yeah, like, it'll be fun for me. It'll be entertaining, and it'll challenge me as a poet, right? And Christian's like, thanks, man. And they kind of like hug it out, right? So then everybody comes back in, including the musketeer that Lise is cheating on Ragueneau with. And this musketeer thinks, well, I'm going to make fun of Cyrano's nose since Christian got away with it. And Cyrano pushes him over a bench and is like, no, you don't get to make fun of my nose. And that is where Act 2 ends.